Hello, everyone. My name is Perez-Carreno, and welcome to the Web Talk Show. Today, we're doing a brief update on what's going on in AI and tech. So, let's get right into it. Here are a few of the updates that we have seen in the past few days. So, first of all, Qwen 3.5, Alibaba, the company, released a massive open weight AI model. It's 397 billion parameters. It rivals Cloud Sonnet 4.5. So if you don't know what that is, Cloud Sonnet 4.5 is one of the models from Anthropic, and it works incredibly well. You could say yes, of course, Opus is the biggest one. It's the big brother to Sonnet, and it uses a lot of tokens, etc., and credits. But Sonnet remains to be an amazing model. So the fact that you can have an open weighted one that you could just run locally on your machine, it's impressive. So that's Qwen 3.5. Then Seed Dance, which is ByteDance's version, TikTok's version, they dropped a next gen AI video tool, which then prompted people to immediately, of course, start creating videos like Spider Man and Darth Vader, which prompted Disney and Paramount to send cease and desist letters to those people as well. So have to be careful with copyright, of course, when we're building these. But the fact that now you can generate so high quality content easily is incredible. Yes, people might not realize that they're using copyrighted content, and that's something that's going to have to be smoothed out. And you always have to be careful. You've always had to be careful with things like these, even if you're doing a show or anything you're doing. You have to look at do it properly. But the fact that you can create these things just means that now you can use your creativity. Maybe before you had an idea and it wasn't possible for you to create a production. Nowadays, with the tooling out there, it's just a matter of generating your own character. You can use one tool to generate your character if you're not good at drawing, for example. You can use another tool to create a voice that if you're not good at doing voiceovers. And then you can use these tools to actually generate a video based on that character. And so now it's your own character, which is, I think, even more special than just using someone else's. Regardless, very fun to see what people are doing. Cloudflare, this is very interesting for me, I think, the markdown for AI. So they added a feature. I saw it in my account yesterday or the day before. The If you are following the space, when you use LLMs are very good with markdown files. And if you have an LLM visit a website, they have to read all the HTML in the website and then sort of parse it and get rid of all the trash, etc., and then understand it. What Cloudflare did is that they have created this markdown transformation step, which can transform the website itself, the content, into markdown that's easier for the agents to read. So now let's say an agent can come into a website, and if this is set up, they would see with the robots policy, oh, we have this suggestion. Here is the website already sort of digested for you in a way that you like to consume. So that's going to be a lot better because it will reduce token usage by about 80%, they say, which is amazing. And also helps out if you're doing any sort of scraping, etc. Helps on both sides, in my opinion. So really good news right there from Cloudflare. Now, Google Docs has an AI audio summaries feature now. So Gemini can now generate audio summaries of your Google Docs. So like your own little podcast based on your Google Docs, which is also interesting, especially if you have people on your teams and you documents and you have to review, but you don't have the time, but you still have to review them. So maybe you can listen to them as you're in the car. I actually had this exact need today. I received a large document from a colleague, and it was really interesting, but I didn't have the opportunity to read the whole thing. And I was like, if I could only have it read it to me. Of course, I could use Notebook.lm, etc. But the fact that now it's just inside Google Docs, I think, is fantastic. Now, the big one, of course, is OpenClaw's creator Peter Steinberger, who has been in the news and everywhere the past few days and weeks because of OpenClaw, this amazing tool that allows you to create an assistant that uses an LLM behind the scenes or multiple LLMs behind the scenes, but it can just run all day and do whatever you want. You can have it create applications, websites, test for security bugs, research, be your personal assistant, book flights, whatever you want. It's really impressive. Well, he has just joined OpenAI, and he was talking to both OpenAI, I believe, and Meta about this, and he ended up going with OpenAI. So we'll see how that pans out. But it seems to be that the project itself is moving to be a foundation, and so it should remain open source, and everything should remain as is. It's just now going to be owned by OpenAI in a way. So we'll see. Now, this one's funny. Western Digital sold out of all their hard drives for 2026. So they're already spoken for by enterprise and AI companies. Basically, since consumer sales are just like 5% of the revenue, hard drive prices are, of course, going to go up. It's ridiculous. But I mean, they have to make more. More people have to make more hard drives. So, now, Spotify, they're saying that their developers, their top developers, haven't actually written code since December. So that's going to be an interesting situation. I've spoken about this in the show before. It's more about just talking to the computer nowadays more than actually coding. But some engineers might resent that and be like, no, I want to write code. I don't want to be managing the thing. So we'll see. I mean, there's space for everything still, I believe. But it's interesting to see what's happening with some of these companies. And then finally, I wanted to say that Meta, the smart glasses, you may have heard of them, maybe not. I think the past couple of years, it was more of a gimmick kind of thing. And we have some, and they're very nice. We've used them like out if we were in the sand dunes one day, and it was really nice because we could be having fun with the kids and still be recording while we were doing it, and also safe from the sun, right? So they're good. I mean, they have some interesting features, especially now they open sourced or gave access to actually create applications and things for them for developers, which is going to be very interesting as well. But they said that they sold 7 million of their AI powered smart glasses in 2025, which is 3 times what the previous 2 years combined, which is very interesting. That just tells us, or gives us a signal that wearable AI is no longer like a gimmick. So seems to be going mainstream. We're going to keep a look on that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then be safe out there, because there are some AI Chrome extensions that, I mean, since they're so easy to make nowadays, people see an extension, they're searching for extensions. They're like, oh, this one is AI. It helps me with whatever. If you don't really know who the developer is, or they don't have a good reputation, and just be careful with anything that has AI in it and you're allowing usage within your browser and your computer, because if it has access to your browser, it'll have access to keys and passwords and tokens and things like that. So you have to be very careful, because there was a big security breach for precisely this. I think 30 or more fake AI Chrome extensions stole about 260,000 users' API keys. So again, be careful with what you share and what you give access to your computer, because there could be nefarious purposes as well. All right, that's it for the daily brief for February 16th, 2026, and I'll see you in the next one.